Hello, hello, hello. Today we are going to be talking about none other than my boy, the Allen Iverson of One Piece, Sir Crocodile. And I don't know why I keep saying that, but I think that there are some direct correlations between AI and Crocodile, and we're just going to figure them out as we go, but I don't have them right now. The what I wanted to talk about this week was how strong really is Crocodile if we remove him from. Because I personally am of the belief that Crocodile is just a victim of being a villain in pre-time skip One Piece, rather pre-hockey One Piece, where things have just gotten bigger. Things have just gotten bigger, guys have gotten stronger. And granted, these figures have always been there, and we've known about these figures for quite some time. We've known about Dofi since Alabasta. We've known about Kaido and Big Mom since not Water 7 or post Annie's Lobby. We first find out about them through Garp. But we've known about these figures, but we didn't really have anyone that imposing like in pre-time skip One Piece until we get to Marineford and like start to see like how tiny Luffy really is. But so maybe we should say pre-Marineford One Piece, because after we get to actual Marineford and Impel Down, we see how we see a noticeable strength increase in Crocodile, which is like he seems a lot stronger than the guy who just got wrecked by. Because like at the end of the day, like in pre-time skip One Piece and One Piece in general, not a lot of time goes by. Of course, like for us it's been 20 years, but in One Piece, in the world of One Piece, like the main story is only taking place, and from Luffy's perspective, since Luffy first left off his journey to become King of the Pirates, it's only been like 3-4 years tops. So it was only a couple months in between Alabasta and Impel Down, and it seems like, yeah, a couple months tops, maybe 4 or 5 months. What do we have in between Alabasta? What is it? Alabasta, Water 7, Annie's Lobby, all that stuff. Yeah, it's only a couple months. Thriller Bark. Uh, so not that much time goes by, but Crocodile is noticeably stronger compared to what the viewer, or the reader, has in our mind of the guy who just got wrecked by pre-time skip non-hockey well, this is with future context, but non-hockey having rookie Luffy after a very simple like realization of a pretty like basic weakness that, like, dude, how long have you had this devil fruit now? Because Crocodile, like, what we know now is an awakened devil fruit user, or to our knowledge of what awakening is. Like, he's an awakened, I don't know if Oda's ever straight up said it, but like, yeah, he's an awakened devil fruit user. Like, how did something that as simple as water like slip past you? But whatever, that's what we think. But we get to Marineford and we get to Impel Down, and Crocodile's pretty impressive. Like, he's we don't really get to see it, but apparently, like, one point he takes on Mihawk directly, and he interacts with Akainu. He saves Luffy a couple times. He goes in and tries to attack Whitebeard and get his big revenge. What his whole character arc has been about this whole time. He's wanted revenge on Whitebeard, and when he got there in front of him, Luffy was able to basically just wreck him again. without any like weakness or anything like that. He just punches him. He just goes gear second and punches him, and it seems like Whitebeard doesn't even flinch, which we know now is probably his observation hockey is probably on some Katakuri level where like he saw it. It was just like whatever, man. But yeah, back to the initial topic. How strong is like how not how strong is Crocodile, because I have like what I feel is the perfect the perfect like place for a crocodile, like from what we know about him besides like his all his shortcomings, like his bounty only being 81 million berries, which is like extra super duper scrub numbers today. But yeah, that never really is that big. Not even pre-time skip. 81 million berries is ridiculously small. That's what it was frozen at when he became a warlord. But granted, like we don't really know what he did because like he was one of the first warlords, and we don't really know. We know that he was a prominent figure in the New World, or like a promising rookie at least in the New World, where he was making some waves, and he eventually becomes a warlord, and at some point he takes on Whitebeard and gets the giant scratch on his face, and this is like 20 so years ago. So this is peak Whitebeard, so like we can't take that against him. This is peak Whitebeard, who's going 1v1 with Roger and Shiki and Garp and Sengoku. Like this is, and maybe even the Rocks pirates and stuff. This is a very strong individual, maybe even the strongest character at that point. So him surviving peak Whitebeard, I'll give that as a compliment. Granted, we don't know Whitebeard to be a killer, but like to only walk away with a scar across your face, yeah, no, that's kind of impressive. We don't know the circumstances of their battle like, because Ace did the same thing and kept attacking Whitebeard and trying to kill him, and a lot of people apparently tried to kill Whitebeard because was always been the strongest, or for quite some time he was probably the strongest man in the world, and he invited him onto his crew, and we don't really have an indication that Crocodile got invited, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so let's take that into account. Like he survived Whitebeard. He's an awakened Logia. Like that's impressive. These are all nicks that like I think goes towards him. The former warlord of the sea, of course, like being a warlord does nothing for power scaling because Buggy, but Bucky is like the king of liars, and so I don't think it counts. I think you need to have some level of strength to be a warlord, but also Moria, damn it. So let's. But here's where I think that if we took a guy like, if Oda introduced Crocodile today, and with everything that we know about him today, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we've been informed that he's like an armament and observation hockey user. He's an like all indications show he's an awakened Logia. I think that he would probably be like lower Yonko commander level. Like we're talking like Cracker, Jesus Burgess, Jack. We don't really know much about Shanks. We don't really know who's lower level and who's higher level. I guess we know Ben Beckman's top commander, and maybe Lucky Rue's lower. We don't know anything about Shanks' crew, so we can't really say. But I think that lower level, like commander level, is like probably where a guy like Crocodile would probably be the most fit, like strength wise from what we see of him, because just like let's look at the people he loses against. Like, aside from Luffy, we take the whole Luffy thing out of there. We see him like pretty like unanimously like be tranquilized by Dofi. We see him get pretty much uh shut down by not not Whitebeard, of course. And then we also see him in Impel Down. He doesn't want to like have anything to do with golly, I am terrible with names tonight. Uh, Warden of Impel Down. I say this man's name all the time because I think he's such an underrated character, and I have a video I want to do about him where I think he's admiral level. Golly, that is terrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he wants nothing to do with him. But what I'm getting at is like the people that like we put as people that like the defeats that we can count Crocodile like taken except from Luffy are all like higher strength level characters where like I think we can easily put a guy like Dofi like just 1v1 like peak Dofi. I think Dofi's easily like second in command Yonko commander level. Like I think we could put Dofi next to Katakuri, no problem. And we could put Dofi. We haven't seen enough of King yet, so maybe we could say put him next to Queen. Definitely next to golly, my brain. Apparently, I just can't remember Wardens of Impel Down's names because uh, shit. Oh my gosh, what is that guy's name? Uh, I can't remember either Warden of Impel Down's name. Now I can't even remember the third guy. Because we know three Wardens of Impel Down, and I can't remember a single one it is. But luckily, I have my computer right here, and I am not going to edit anything out because I'm not doing anything like that. I just wanted to ramble for a bit about how I think Crocodile is potentially lower Yonko commander level, Impel Down, and good. Let's see. Okay, so we're at Impelled Down. I'm gonna feel like an idiot when I read their names. Magellan. Magellan and Shiryu. Uh, Magellan, Shiryu, and Hannibal, who is total scrub, the last guy, Hannibal. But yeah, Magellan, like we see Crocodile not want anything to do with Magellan, but that's kind of fine because like Magellan is a freaking monster. I don't know how we can't like Magellan doesn't come up in conversation of the strongest characters because Magellan sort of one-shots the entire Blackbeard crew. Magellan is a beast. I genuinely think Magellan is probably admiral level, maybe not original trio, but definitely Fujitora, and of course we haven't seen Green Bull level. But like, yeah, so like Crocodile doesn't want anything to do with Magellan. He loses to Whitebeard. He loses to Dofi. We don't see him get like. We don't see what happens, but he goes one-on-one with Mihawk and he walks away, able to save Luffy later in the arc. So we can say he survived Mihawk. So like, I genuinely think Crocodile is probably like that cracker tier level where it's just like he would still lose to Luffy today, but not as bad if like now we don't know what Crocodile and Daz Bones has been doing for 2 years after Marineford. We know they're in the New World, and we've seen him react to Luffy's bounties and stuff like that. So it doesn't look like he's up to anything nefarious or anything. And we haven't seen like like a radical design shift, so like it doesn't like look like we're going to like I do think I have my personal theories where like I do believe that we're going to see Crocodile again in the story, some form or fashion, maybe some alliance or relationship with the Blackbeard pirates, maybe something to do with the whole Fujitora getting rid of the Shipuka, the Seven Warlord system, and maybe they'll bring him back to talk something like that. We maybe in this upcoming war, we don't know, but I don't think we're done with Crocodile. But I don't see him becoming in all that much stronger since because like the guy's 46. He was 44 pre-time skip. Katakuri, old dog tooth over here. He's 48, man. Like, and he definitely ain't no Katakuri level. Like, he ain't nowhere near Katakuri strength level. So, like, how much, like, what can the guy learn? He's an awakened devil fruit. So, like, I think that like he's a victim of being pre-time skip One Piece, and if he was introduced today, he probably have a bounty. Like, of course, Oda says that like it his bounty slowed low because like they didn't know everything that he was doing with Baroque works and all that stuff. But like just off of the character alone and design and what we know about his devil fruit and his history and people he's gone up against, like if we were introduced to him today, he'd probably be sitting at a cool 400 million berries, maybe even 500 million berries. That's what Ace was at his death. And he'd be like one of those like characters that like not necessarily Luffy would have to overcome, but maybe Zoro or Sanji or something like that. Like just just like what I personally feel that like where he's at strength wise. Because yeah, I think I got my ideas across. Yeah, so I just wanted to ramble for a bit, see how I like this, and I wanted to start with the chapter, but we had no chapter this week. Last week was 954, and Oda always does a really big and crazy chapter, and then we have a week off, and then we expect, oh, I can't wait for One Piece to turn. This chapter's gonna be insane, and it's a chapter about Kunemon. Which please, Oda, please, 955. Let's follow up on what we ended on and not go off to see what Kuromasaki's doing and stuff. All right, guys. Have a good night and wise wise Crocodile, the AI of One Piece. That's what we started at. I don't know. I don't know. I think AI is one of the greatest players of all time, and if he had more notable accomplishments, we would put him up there with the greatest of all time. So maybe we could relate that to a Crocodile. Like maybe like if Crocodile had like, because like he's very attached. Like he knows people, and he's very like. I don't know. I don't know. I think like Crocodile. I don't know. Dofi's just a better character, and Kobe was just a better player. That's what we're gonna end on.